Sky team looking to regroup and rally on the road, sponsored by the powerful backing of America.
Injuries, but let's see what they can do tonight against the Dream.
Outduels Cardoso for the tap, and we are underway. Team split their 4 matches last season. The three-pointer by Howard is off the mark and chased down by Allen. What made that win over the Fever so encouraging for the Dream? They won by 19, but Griner and Howard were held to a combined 12 points.
No, that was a huge victory, especially at home, even though Caitlin Clark was out. But they just turned it up in that third quarter in that game, and you saw a difference defensively from this team.
Reese isoed on Jones. Misses from the mid-range. Rebound on the run to Alicia Gray. The kick, Canada, corner three, bottoms.
And she was spending extra time after shoot-around to get some three-point shots.
Missed the first 7 games of the season because of a knee injury she suffered in the preseason. She'd been 0 of 6 from beyond the arc in her first 2 games back as Allen dips behind the Cardoso screen and answers on a 3.
And that's tough. Allen took her time, capable three-point shooter, but nothing but bottoms.
Had her first start of the season against the Liberty, but went scoreless. Canada trying to shake loose of Atkins. Gray off the Jones screen. Shot clock at 3. Canada has to create. Lob BG. Can she get it up? She can, and 1.
Hey, it doesn't hurt when you have 6'7" in the paint and Brittany Griner, and that
was in the WNBA, but 6'9" will beat 5'10" almost every time as the N1 misfires from Griner, and the ball belongs to Chicago. What?
Well, we know she comes with a strong pedigree with her play over the years in the WNBA, and that's going to be an incredible accomplishment when she gets it.
Defending on Cardoso, that lips off. Offensive rebound. Who else? Angel Reese. She's pinned under the baseline, and ricochets last off of Reese. Dream basketball.
Yeah, it looked like Angel Reese on that.
Hammond in Las Vegas. The high-low Jones. Great ball rotation. Leaves Gray open for a 3. And chased down by Howard. Able to save it to Gray. The Dream didn't miss their first 9 threes against the Fever. Gray undeterred. Off the mark from the left wing. And Reese pulls away the rebound.
But Semesco is too. The Dream are really moving the ball. Just couldn't get a bucket on that last possession.
Turnovers continue to be an issue for the Sky. They coughed it up 22 times against the Liberty. Almost swiped from Nurse. Shot clock at 2. And he won't get it off in time. Smothering defense by Ryan Howard.
And that's what she can do. We know she is one of the best defensive players in the WNBA, and she takes
last year. Really flourished under Carl Semesco's system. Canada looking for another 3. Offensive rebound, Jones. Nurse races to get in front of Howard. Slides off the screen from Gray, draws 2. The shot clock at 5. Canada has to create. Shot clock at 1. And it'll be a shot clock violation. No, just got it off in time. You don't see too many scoops, though, from the elbow.
That was like almost a old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook.
Reese, hand in, kicks out. Off balance 3 by Allen is off the mark.
And this is something that Coach Semesco, he wants to see if they can score some buckets in transition, moving the ball and giving the bigs a touch.
Jostled away by Atkins. Blocked that from Brianna Jones. Now this is a Chicago team that likes to get up and down. Atkins heavy on the scoop. The rebound and the stick back by Cardoso. Now, there was only one player, was her teammate Angel Reese.
No, those are 2 impressive players to have, especially for that size. Cardoso, she's still trying to get her rhythm, second year in the league, but offensively, defensively, she still has it and can rebound the basketball.
Fouls Griner on the turnaround. First on Cardoso's second.
And that is going to be key. We know what Chicago can do coming into this game. That's their break.
Alpile subs in for Canada. Looking at South Carolina as Griner splits the trick, gives the Dream the 6-5 lead. Nurse back in the starting lineup. And Rachel Banham assumed the point guard duties on Tuesday against the Liberty, but fell behind 12-0, so back to the veteran in Kia Nurse as she heads off Pow Pow. Another turnover by the Sky. Gray down the baseline, draws contact. Still have a trip into the free throw line.
And that's good to see. Her being aggressive, because we know what can happen when you attack the basket. She gets fouled right there. She switches them out, depending on the teammate. But I love it because you could just see her aggressiveness. She was showing glimpses of this last season with her scoring, and we know she's a capable three-point shooter, but how she has been able to
win over the Fever. She is top 50% from the field. 5 of her last 6 games.
Yeah, that's an incredible stat line.
Career high 28 against the Storm back on May the 30th, and out to Pester Atkins in backcourt. Atkins, the 2-time All-Star, acquired in the offseason as there's a foul on Gray. Things without Courtney Vandersloot also didn't have the most forgiving start in their schedule. This is their 7th game already on the road out of 10.
And they still have one more. This is a 3-game road trip for them.
Bantam Maroon, shot clock at 1, hounded by Pow Pow. Another shot clock violation forced by the Dream. Something neither you nor I knew, that in addition to a medal, you also get a ring.
That's incredible. I mean, what an accomplishment to play on an Olympic team, win a gold medal, but then also get a ring. I mean, you got to praise that.
Offensive rebound, Naz Hillman drops it off to Jones. Great vision by Naz Hillman. Got the offensive rebound and the assist.
Last couple of games, getting more minutes. I think she's starting to feel more comfortable in this offensive system.
Brianna Jones coming off a season-high 21 points, added 10 rebounds in the win over the Fever Tuesday. Perimeter defense has been smothering so far for the Dream from a tough angle. It's Cardoso.
And that's a big-time shot by Cardoso, and she is attacking, going after these post players for the Dream.
They just called carry on Howard.
That was.
She missed all 5 of her three-point attempts and snapped a streak of 27 straight games that Howard is connected on a 3. The dribble drive, the scoop. Onyenwere can't finish. Run out for Jones. Around the horn to Hillman, shot clock at 7. Back to Howard, switching on every screen against Howard, tries to thread the needle inside, takes a deflection off the Sky, ball stays with the Dream, 3 to shoot.
Back here for ACL, checking in.
So 3 to shoot for the Dream, up by 3 as Jones comes out. See Nia Coffey comes in for the first time. Howard inbound, oh, wide open, Gray, you can't lose her.
You can't lose her, and that was just a nice slip by Gray, veteran play.
Allen vacated Gray. She thought there would be some help. Might be the easiest bucket Alicia Gray will have all season. There's a foul out high on Howard. Her first, team second. Gray's first made field goal of the night. Bantam runs high-low. Cardoso deep catch on Griner, and a sharp start early for the second-year pro.
Yeah, no, she has been clicking on all cylinders early in this. She's given the Sky a good post presence against these dominant post players for the Dream.
Playing with fearlessness against the likes of Griner and Jones. Here's a 3 by Coffey down the well.
We know she can shoot it. She can stroke it. Don't let her get hot. Because
they on Wednesday got herself a triple just now. Largest lead for the Dream as we come up on 2.5 minutes in their opening quarter. Onyenwere circling out top, reaching foul on Hillman. No, they're going to call a carry.
That's a couple tonight. Look, these refs are on it.
Average 19 of them a year. Now, it's interesting, they're the best offensive rebounding team in the league, Fallon, so they create second chances for themselves, but they also have empty possessions with turnovers. So there is a lot of give and take in the Sky's offense they got to sort out.
They do, and like you said, it's the lack of a point guard after losing Vandersloot to that injury. That's been so critical. Her leadership, they need to find their niche, and that's what Coach Marsh is trying to do with these different rotations and lineups.
Howard draws 2 defenders. Pass sniped out of the air by Nurse. Great anticipation by Kia Nurse as she saw the slip from Griner. Now Atkins with the runner in, trying to make it.
That was a nice leaner, and that just shows what the all-star can do, the difficult shot.
Howard splits 2, kicks. The 3 by Coffey doesn't fall. Offensive rebound dream. Howard from beyond the arc. Well, Howard still not quite finding her form offensively.
Chicago.
And a timeout for Chicago.
Consistent with this streak.
Former Dream Elizabeth Williams in for the first time as Canada bumps Atkins to the floor. Foul on the Dream. First on Canada. One-time league leader in steals. In the chest of Atkins, and it's a quick set. It's a 75% free throw shooter. Cans the first. Traded for that veteran presence, but that stability offensively. Maybe a little more ball handling as well with no Courtney Vandersloot and still awaiting the return of Mariah Jefferson.
Yeah, but Atkins is capable. I think it's just really trying to adjust with these lineups and trying to find her niche too, because this is a new system, new team for her as well.
Griner, high-low. The flip with the left by Jones is off the mark and is pried away by Reese.
That was good defense by Reese against Bree Jones and getting that defensive rebound as well.
Hey, Reese holding her own down low. Onyenwere slicing in, got a block by Jones. Stays with the Sky, 14 to shoot.
And when you have two bigs like Griner and Jones.
Inbounded to Reese, sledgehammered away on Jones, leans the shoulder in but misses short. Green push the pace, they can hold for one last shot. Canada to steer down with Atkins. Off the Griner screen. 4 seconds. Finds Jones. Down low Griner. The turnaround jumper is heavy. Good defensive possession to close out the quarter by the Sky, though the Dream head into the first quarter.
Teammates is doing a really great job finding me. Thanks so much, Camilla. Good luck in the second quarter. Thank you. Back to you, Andy.
All right, thank you, Tania.
Well, we talked about the Atlanta bigs, but the Sky, they have a couple of bigs too that are doing pretty solid to start this game, especially with Cardoso, what she was able to do in that first quarter.
The Hazzy, the double clutch by Canada, that was pretty.
I mean, that was lightning quick, and you know, we said this is her second game back, but it seems like she's ready tonight.
Finding her rhythm. So too is Reese. And that'll be an illegal screen. And a second foul on Nurse.
Her second screen ball.
Angel Reese thought she had a
Still a good screen because it had her wide open going to the bucket. Just illegal.
Speaking of players gathering some confidence, we'll see how much her performance on Tuesday carries over for Angel Reese. 17 points, 11 rebounds against the Liberty. There's a stick back by Jones to stretch the Dream lead to 5. But, you know, Angel, slow start offensively and, you know, dealing with all the scrutiny and, you know, her job becoming even more arduous without the point guard presence of Courtney Vandersloot. Even in the loss, I think that could be a very, for Angel Reese, they could maybe build on for her as this month goes along.
Especially when you're playing against the champions, and that was a tough loss they had Tuesday night. But, you know, that's a good showing and a positive when you see she had a double-double in that game and was able to score off
quarter range. She's got 6. Williams off the screen and roll. Drops it in over Griner.
And that was a nice little screen and roll, shuffle pass at mid-range J. That's some more of what the Sky probably need to do. Not trying to attack the basket unless it's open, but trying to find those shots in the paint within 3 to 4 feet.
Howard head on a swivel. Off to Canada, shot clock at 5. Harassed by Onyenwere, gets the blow by in the bucket.
I'm telling you, the Jets are out. Jordan
first off the bounce that the Dream missed. And Canada was out the first 7 games. There's a foul on the drive by Reese.
Make it happen defensively. She knows how to score the basketball, and she can pound it, gives the Dream a great asset along with Brittany Griner. But another
percent at the line this year. Surpassed Tina Charles as the fastest player in league history to reach 500 career points, 500 career, and it's a 4-point Dream lead. Gray tried to collapse the defense, and it jostled loose and off the fingertips of Gray. Good defense by the Sky to force the turnover.
And you can see the defense that the Sky have been applying on her.
Yeah, Alicia Gray, 1 of 5 from the floor, just 4 points. Sky are 50% from the field. They came in 12th in the league in offensive rating. Allen fumbled the catch. Out to Banham. Deep 3, good.
Gives a little gun. Thank you for that pass.
10th-year pro from Minnesota. Pow can't answer from distance. Pinballs out to Gray. Pow lines up another one. Off the mark again. Chance for the Sky to take their first lead of the game. Found they have not led in each of the last 2 games. This is now closing in on 94 consecutive minutes they have trailed. Bantam corner 3 for the lead. No. Williams offensive rebound and fouled on the way down by Pow.
Green foul number 2. Tina Pow.
You see Pow was
Banner performance from beyond the arc. Others is 5 of 22. Bantam off the screen again. Splashes down the 3. Back-to-back triples by Bantam. And the Sky take up 13. Maybe wise to follow suit from Canada. They get inside the paint. Shot clock at 2. Ray has to create as that cascades toward the corner. Chased down by Reese. Credit. They have really brought their teeth defensively.
They have, and I think it's been their guard play with their guard defense, making sure that ball stays out of the paint. And they have done a great job of that, forcing the Dream to shoot as many threes as they've done early in this one.
Bantam. Howard plugged to Jones. Grinding in on Williams. Williams with the block. Now don't tell you the Dream don't know all about that experience. Franchise's all-time leader in blocks, Elizabeth Williams, jump ball to call. Jones got nuts. Howard from 3. And again, they're ice cold from beyond the arc. 2 of 14. Ryan Howard is 0 of 3. In low, Reese and 1. She got Ryan Howard on her hip and went to work. That's a second foul on Howard.
Yeah, she did. And Ryan Howard was trying to figure out what to...
9-0 Sky run. Gina Charles, previously the fastest in league history to 500 points, 500 rebounds before she was eclipsed by Reese Leonard. Captured the rebounding crown last year in her rookie season. And the Sky had the Dream in a straitjacket. Howard has some daylight and just has not found the touch. That was a clean look from Howard, too.
It was, but it was a wide open lane, too. If she had penetrated, may have been a layup.
Howard, make that. Allen sets her feet and connects on the 3.
And I'm telling you, and as you see opposites, the way the Sky, they've been shooting want to do, but the Sky have been stingy defensively, limiting those threes.
And 8-point Sky lead. As Gray slithers in, misses at the rim. Might have been affected by a Cardozo turnaround from the floor by the Sky. The penetration by Atkins, blocked by Jones. And Gray gets bumped by
A notch, but you got to say it's a combination. The Dream, they're not shooting it well, and it's some of the Sky's defense, but it's some of the shots, they're just not falling. And it's Alicia Gray trying to get these threes, but trying to find ways to score. They have struggled to start this game.
Back around to Canada. She feeds Griner. Griner goes to her left and draws the foul on Cardozo. Second foul on Cardozo. That'll send Griner to the line.
And that's probably what the Dream should be doing. When you have Brittany.
Brittany Griner has talked a lot about how she's felt rejuvenated coming to Atlanta after 11 years with the Mercury.
Yeah, that's a long time with anything or one team, but I think she needed a change. What better place than Atlanta?
She says she feels younger.
Yeah, she's been welcomed with open arms. You can just see it on her face.
The city has that way about it.
Yeah, it does.
It does make you feel younger, doesn't it? Now, she's only 4th on the team in scoring, 12.6 a game. People might think, well, what's wrong with Brittany Griner? But I think it speaks to the balance and depth that surrounds her, where she doesn't need to score to be effective. Howard barreling her way in, blocking foul, scored and 1.
And hopefully this can get Ryan Howard going. That was a big-time play. A transition bucket. The Sky didn't get back after that Angel Reese layup. But
on Tuesday. Connects on the N1. 5-point Sky lead as we come up on 3.5 minutes in the second quarter. Nurse back in. Bantam runs the point. Trying to unhinge herself from Canada. Allen's knocked down a couple of threes. Goes over the top of the screen. Offensive rebound. Cardozo flips it back in.
Yeah, that was a nice cleanup. You see Ryan Howard, but Cardozo just gets the rebound over her head and gets the putback.
To Another Cardoso, a team-high 8 points. That three is straight but strong from Coffee. And three-point woes continue for the Dream. Allen with a hand in her face. Not that time. She's going to need a more assertive Rebecca Allen now without Courtney Vandersloot.
And you can see glimpses that she's trying to be that tonight, especially offensively, being aggressive.
How smooth was that from Griner?
Hey, that was old school. She was going to work on Carter. I'm the vet. You're the rookie in this matchup.
Slow feet don't eat. Reese trying to bully her way in on Coffee. Out of control on the runner. And Reese slow to get up behind the play. Dream have a 5-on-4. Coffee spot up three. No. And now time called. Shooting 50% for the game, and an illegal screen on Onyenwere. Results in another Sky turnover.
Contact, trying to get through that screen. And because she continued to work hard defensively, she gets rewarded with the call.
And a whistle off the ball, and
she didn't think that was the case. The ref was right there, probably counting, waiting to call it.
That free throw drew. And we talk about Kia Nurse's brother Darnell and the night he had for the Oilers last night. A goal and an assist that come from behind win in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, no, that's pretty incredible, right? Some bragging rights that I'm sure that family has. A lot of athletes in her family, but her
We've seen 2 carries. We've seen back-to-back 3-second violations in one half-court trip. You get some rare sights here. Cardoso grinding away on Griner. And they'll call her for the travel. Trying to outscore Brittany Griner and Brown Jones so far. That deep three, horseshoes off from Howard. Now 0 of 5 from 3.
When you look at the stats, Dream 2 of 18 from behind the arc.
The Dream came in 10th in the league in three-point percentage. They have not been able to cash in on some clean looks. Nurse downhill on Jones, scoops, scores, and one.
Oh, that was a big-time shot by the vet.
Versus the Dream when she dropped in 23. In and out on the end one, tugged down by Jones. To 6-point Sky lead as we reach the 1-minute mark of the second quarter. Howard has been bottled up in this first half. Takes it off the reversal. You still have to honor the three ball, though. And might that wake up Ryan Howard?
I mean, her streak ended on Tuesday, but she
in the New York Liberty. That'll be a fun one.
That'll be a matchup on Saturday.
Yeah. Atkins off the pull-up over Griner.
And I like it. She gives a little fist bump like, I got it going. Let me fence and go right back at Jordan Canada.
See if the Dream play for a 2-for-1. Slithering around the screen. Howard blocked from behind, but they'll call Allen for the foul.
But we know what Ryan Howard can do. She can be shifty. We know.
Paintbrushed on the way up by Allen, her first foul. Howard third in the... Less than a 2-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Sky shooting 53% in the first half. Nurse with a stop and go into traffic. And was that deflected? It was. Howard bears down on Nurse. A step back, three-pointer, short. Gray chases it down. 2 seconds. One double clutches the pull-up and scores.
Are you surprised? Alicia Gray coming up with a big-time bucket to go into the half.
In a half where the Dream have struggled from
the perimeter.
Howard and Gray combined 4 of 16 from the floor. Sky possession as we begin our third quarter. The three-pointer off the mark by Nurse. Offensive rebound, Cardoso gets some space and drops it in.
And that was a big-time shot. What I like what she did on that play. She gathered herself, took her time, knowing she had to get the ball back, but was able to finish.
And an offensive foul as Jones plowed over Atkins to the foul. The Dream's first offensive possession as we kick it to Tanisha.
The Dream are still not playing the pace of game that they want to play, but she also said they got to get the guards out there who can rebound and really start to push it. And I asked her, what about on the offensive side of the ball? She said, again, we just got to guard the ball, navigate the ball screens better, and execute.
Restricted area this time for Maurice, and the Sky open the lead back to 5. Canada jukes behind the Griner screen. The three by Canada's down the well.
And that was similar to what we saw Canada do when it started this game, hitting a big three. Hopefully she can get her shooting going as well, but they need to pick it up defensively. We've seen the last 2 possessions for the Sky. They've gotten some easy buckets in the paint.
Here's Nurse running pick and roll with Cardoso, lays it off to Cardoso. Shot clock at 3, Nurse got to hurry. The lock, Cardoso can't handle it, and a steal. North Canada is 2 of 3 from 3. Rest of the team 2 of 18. Can Howard change that? Yes, he can. And the Dream retake the lead.
And you can see that was a shot in rhythm. She was ready to receive that pass and let it fly.
It doesn't matter what kind of shooting slump Ryan Howard may be in. Whenever she pulls the trigger, you hold your breath. Here's Cardoso under the basket in the reverse over Griner.
Oh, that was a big time. She is putting in work tonight, showing us an array of moves in the post.
A dozen for Cardoso. Howard looking for back-to-back threes, and she knew it the moment it left her hand.
And you see the smile. It's getting the rhythm. She's feeling it. When you see that ball go in the hoop, it's going to pick up that defensive intensity.
Wrist hang and swish for Ryan Howard. She's got 14 to 3 to answer by Atkins.
And I like it. I like it. These teams are really battling out game. It's important. It's a Commissioner's Cup game.
Yeah. Howard works off the Griner screen. She's hemmed in, shovels out to Gray. Oh, what a sidestep on Atkins. But she can't cash out on the 3. Loose ball foul. It's staying on this end.
And I like her bench is wide open up, clapping. Because that was a big-time move. She just couldn't finish it with the shot.
Tagging, steal off the inbound. Atkins barreling it on Canada. Off balance, draws the foul.
Yeah, I thought a travel might get called, but it was a lot of contact. Atkins being very aggressive.
He's been a model of not only consistency, but durability. Sometimes you don't have both at the same time. But tonight is Ariel Atke year, the 8th-year pro from Texas. A 2 of 2 trip, and it stretches the Sky lead to 3.
So you just talk about the importance, taking care of your body, doing what you need to do, so you're always available for your team. And this being her first season with Chicago, I know they're happy that they were able to get her in free agency.
The stick back, it's Jones. But you can see the vision with some of the offseason acquisitions from the Sky. Things like Vandersloot and Atkins. Unfortunately, we'll have to navigate life without Vandersloot. And at least at this point in time, no true point guard. But you can see how Atkins and Vandersloot in the backcourt would complement and enhance the
situations where they can win and be successful.
And Rebecca Allen in the mix. Almost a 5-second violation. It is not. I think Tyler Mars got the timeout in the nick of time. So we have a tie 1. Atkins has to evacuate it to Allen. Shot clock at 6. The dump down to Reese. Finds Cardoso from the mid-range. Rims off. Good ball rotation. But Cardoso couldn't find the touch. Howard has a 3-point shot activated early this quarter. Atkins defending her. No surprise Atkins would have the matchup one-on-one on Howard. Sprayed out to Gray for 3. She's trying to be heard from distance, but not that time.
Yeah, she's trying to get it. We saw her hit that spectacular shot to go into the half. But the Dream have a little bit more pep in their step offensively.
7 points and 2 of 10 shooting by Gray. Pick and roll on the dive. Cardoso misses, cleaned up by Reese, but scrapped away by Hillman. We'll say Hillman's foot was on the baseline and stays with Chicago.
Yeah, that was a tough miss by Cardoso, but that's a layup that you've got to knock down. She had good.
Atkins again having trouble. Lofting it out to Reese, poked away by Hillman. Recovered by the Sky. Almost swiped away from Nurse. Shot clock at 5. Trying to shed Howard. Here's Cardoso down the lane. Rolls it no, but a foul on Griner.
And that was a good job by Cardoso again. We've been saying.
So step to the line for 2. Now word for State Farm. Now she'll be back in the lineup tomorrow when the Fever play host to the Liberty. And may just be right in time because the last remaining unbeaten in the league are the Liberty. Gray trying to shrug off Atkins. A handoff to Canada. Exploding across the lane, swiped away by Cardoso.
Yeah, Georgia Canada thought she saw the seas part, and then it was Big Stone Mountain right there to block it.
A 6'7" Brazilian eclipse. As when you wear fluorescent pink shoes,
it's going to stand out.
Yeah. So 11 on the shot clock. Banham this time to inbound. Plugs it into Atkins. And Atkins gets hip checked by Gray.
Games or starts that she's had, no injuries. That's pretty incredible.
Cardoso isoed on Griner. Throws across to Reese. Takes a glance at the clock. Pounding it down the lane on Hillman. Almost lost it. Shot clock at 2. Has to force it up. Cannot. Smothering defense by Hillman. And after all that, an empty possession for the Sky.
And I love it. You see Hillman bringing the energy.
Hillman, another player, has been almost reborn in the system under Carl Comesco. And asserting herself as a three-point threat as well. She's 6 of 15 this year. As Gray splits the defense and swoops to the hoop.
That was a nice move by Alicia Gray. Opened those seams. She ripped right through.
A decisive take by the two-time All-Star. Great screen by Cardoso. Frees up Bannon. In and out on the pull-up. Gets it back. Points the three. And the rebound to Howard. Dream basketball back in front. Howard had a couple of threes early this quarter. Unloads to Caldwell. Gray contested three, but she was fouled.
And that is not what you want to do if you're Atkins. She's over here trying to plead her case that she didn't. That's on that particular play, that was a good decision because now she's at the free throw line for 3 shots.
Alicia Gray 80% at the line this year, extends the Dream lead to 2. Not only fouling is she averaging best 4.4.
And that has been the key, you know, something that's opening up the game as well. We talked about it, the scoring and having a good post presence so you can get those touches and get those easy assists.
Alicia Gray settled for 2 of 3 at the line. Dream trailed by 1.5, up by 3 as we close inside 4 minutes in our third quarter. Williams in for the first time this half. The handoff to Atkins, spinning, firing, blocked by Griner.
Yeah.
Oh, and another carry called on Gray. That is a 3rd carry that we have had tonight.
Yeah, I knew it. As soon as I saw
Williams on Griner. Tries to thread the needle, but let Atkins.
got there. I think she's a little winded because of all the work she's had to do guarding Alicia Gray, as well as trying to score on the offensive end.
And the perimeter defense of both teams tonight has been stifled.
It has.
Nothing coming easy for these guards. Jones, the drop set, the fall away short. Well defended by Williams, but run down by Hillman to Howard for a 3. That's no good either. Banham, give and go, stolen by Caldwell. Leads the run out. Gray the crossover. Plowing through, offensive foul. And Ryan Howard combining for just 12 points. They averaged 31 combined. Now, if the Dream want to win again tonight, they're going to have to do so with Alicia Gray playing far from her best.
Yeah, they are. But she's doing it in other ways, especially defensively with the assignment she's had on these.
Solid parts of the Dream rotation last year. The up and under by Howard is short. There have been some times where it seems like Ryan Howard is forcing her offense. Middle of the lane, it's Williams.
Yeah, Williams caught laying.
Inside of 2 minutes. Howard tight-ropes the baseline. Williams stays on her. Entry pass was stolen by Reese. One-on-one with Hillman. The Euro, the flip, and a foul. Points, 7 rebounds for Reese. She'll stay at 10. That makes the Sky 5 of 11 at the free throw line. They came in 12th in the league in free throw percentage. And certainly leaving points at the line in a tight game. Reese last year began her rookie season with 5 consecutive double-digit games. First WN Howard. Second free throw good, ties us at 53. Canada back on, reads the screen. Coffee Down the shoot, tipped away by Williams. Tried to force that entry. And a steal from the backside by Jones. Into the hands of Gray. He's headed off. Good transition defense by the Sky. Howard for three. Good. That might have been the best one of the night for her.
Yeah. That was just a habit, trying to get in their offense because they don't really have a true point guard to set it up.
Yeah, this is where you really miss it. Courtney Vandersloot. Williams on the post up across the lane. No good. Rebound Jones. The quick flip ahead to Coffey. Howard up fake on the three. Trying to shrug off Onyenwere. One-legged fadeaway foul line, not that time. See if the Sky wind things down here as we come up on 30 seconds. They had him all the way through the wraparound pass.
Play of the guards, at least in this third quarter for the Dream.
Nurse skips with it against Howard. Round to Williams, shot clock at 3. Has to pull up on Griner. That was blocked. Rebound by Reese and a foul call. With one. That was on Jones. Angel Reese has just been relentless.
Continuing to do it since she's entered the WNBA, and she is a prolific rebounder.
This is twirling, firing, and swishing. Good defense, better offense.
And I love it. I mean, Ryan Howard's like, let me just walk off the court. I just ended the third. For three-point shots for Ryan Howard, and also set up plays for other players, their post players down low.
Dream were 3 of 23 in the first half. They made 4 of their 7 attempts in the third quarter, and Ryan Howard gets the scoring started with a triple in the fourth.
Well, I think she was struggling. We were looking at the scoring, and now she has a smooth 22 for this game.
Now all of a sudden the Dream enjoying their largest lead. They were down by 8 in the second quarter. Backdoor feed, Nurse, the scoop, it spins off. That was a dime by Reese.
It was.
Nurse just couldn't finish. There's Jones floating over Reese now. Angel Reese, one board shy of another double-double. The lead feed to Onyenwere. She got her defender airborne and she banks it in.
Shot on that last play, but that pass, I mean, you see a couple of good passes by Angel Reese setting up her teammates.
Well, Reese has always said, I'm just a guard who grew. How about that finish by Canada? Out ball, Hawk and Atkins. Atkins whips it down to a cutting Reese. Oh, she smoked the layup. Great cut on the pick and roll, but she shot that with the offhand, the right hand, and you wonder if that bothered her. Here's Howard, the side step to 3, and 3 more for Howard. Ryan Howard is torching Twine in the second half and enforces a Chicago timeout.
I like it. It's a serious injury. She's a key, and the Dream needed her presence as a point guard.
Gray stuffs Onyenwere, and here's Canada in full court. Behind the back to a cutting Jones. And a foul. Oh, clip that.
And you see Bree Jones.
Don't you love when we spotlight a player in our go-hard moment?
I know,
and she
then they make a
immediately
play.
goes hard and does something even more spectacular. Nurse gives it up to Atkins. Maneuvers around the screen. From the mid-range, no. Allen trying to save.
They're in this fourth trying to really close out this game and get another home victory.
Howard 5 of 6 from 3 in the second half. Turns her back on Nurse. Nurse, the dance partner for Ryan Howard, lowers the shoulder down the baseline with a tough finish. And Canada almost steals the inbound. But it has been a different story after that first period.
Yeah, you can't hold the score down. But, you know, we've been talking about they needed to get adjusted. She had been playing those point guard duties with Jordan Canada out, and now that Jordan Canada's back in
It's on it in the opening 3+ minutes. Reese isoed on him, gets the blow by. Whips it across to Cardoso for an and one.
And that was another nice pass by Angel Reese. I mean, she knows how to find her teammates.
The floor, 14 points, 8 rebounds for the former South Carolina Gamecock. You're shocked to learn there are multiple former. Yeah, pretty much. It's a nightly occurrence. Pull up 3, Howard gets the roll. And with the way she's been shooting it, she will get those bounces.
Right. Yeah. It's night and day. The Ryan Howard is not falling. And then in this second, she can't miss.
A 30-piece for Howard. Allen can't answer on the three on the other end. Pulled down by Howard. He's got a 1-on-4. And no surprise, they will jump out at her.
She had the tongue out and everything. She wants it.
Oh, heat check Howard. Oh, splash. Some holy water on her. Call an exorcist. All right, Howard, welcome to the show. Cardoso muscles it up, no good. And is back tapped out to Caldwell. Howard is calling for it. Here's Gray slicing through. And that might force a timeout from Tyler Marsh in the sky.
This lead has just blown up to 20, but that shot big time by Banham.
Howard, 33 points, matches a season high. Passes through the double team to a cutting Hillman. Wild on that runner.
That was like a wide receiver over the shoulder catch.
As the crowd holds its breath on the three from Howard. Pried away by Caldwell. She took it from Cardoso.
She said, hey, we have to get stops. Everybody, 1 to 5, has to be involved defensively. We got to go after it aggressively, and then we got to get back on offense. But can I tell you guys this? I feel like I've been running up and down the court because it's tough getting through a swag surfing Gateway Center Arena when the Dreamer up.
Tanisha Wright spent the previous 3 seasons as the Dream's head coach, led them to a pair of playoff appearances. Also former Sky assistant, former Sky player, former Dream player. Sitting courtside tonight, that would be Ty Young, who was actually the Dream's first ever draft pick back in 2008.
Yeah, I remember that. The Dream first started expansion team, and she was their first pick. She had some good years here in Atlanta.
Both Dream and Sky royalty sitting courtside. Shot clock at 7. The give and go. Gray trying to thread the needle and throws that pass. Jones thinking about the three, gives it up to Howard. No good that time. Haley Van Lith, 5 points against the Liberty on Tuesday, was teammates with Ryan Howard, the Olympic 3x3 team. Won bronze. Howard slipping loose. Double clutches. Well contested by Westbell, but they'll call the foul on Westbell. The Tyler Marsh, who not only was an assistant on a pair of depths for Ryan Howard tonight. Forcing it inside. It's pitched out to Westbell. Good closeout by Coffey. Avoids the steal. Allen got the blow by. Misses the three. Tyler Marsh, son of Donnie Marsh, long-time college head coach, primarily on the men's side. And he was an assistant at Florida Gulf Coast, and Nick Semesco was the head coach of the Florida Gulf Coast women.
I know. You think he called his dad to get a couple pointers?
I think so. Carl Semesco in his maiden WNBA season about to move to 7-3 as Williams splashes that down. Well, it was a gutsy effort. Really hassled these Dream guards. Atlanta shot 36% in the first half. Then the top blew off the Dream offense in the second half. Great ball rotation in the reverse by Gray off the dish from Coffey.
And it's about shots like it was so easy in the first half that they were doing. And it was because of this guy's defense. They were forcing them to stay out of the paint. But in the second half, they turned it out. Lights out from the floor and shooting the basketball. And it's all behind this player, Ryan Howard.
Another one from Ryan Howard. A 9th three of the night. And a timeout. Now 9 of 19. Van Lith turns the corner, the fadeaway, good. Nicely done by the rookie.
That's her shot, though. She's good at it.
Ryan Howard knows she's a 3 away from double digits. And her pocket pick by Williams, still diving after it, trying to preserve possession. Game because she was upstaged that night by the Sky's Rachel Banham, who just so happened to tie an NCAA record with 60 points in that game.
Well, I can only imagine the way she's hit a couple of threes tonight. I bet it was falling.
Oh, boy.
No, they could drop a 60-piece.
Oh, no. Dream about to move to 7-3. They take on the Mystics in D.C. on Sunday. Pow penned in deep, off to Coffey for 3. Doesn't get the bounce. And laps off to Jones. And that will officially do it for Ryan Howard. A new season high, 36 points on 9 made threes. Van Lith with a spin on Pow. cleaned up by Caldwell. Dream will move to 2-1 in Commissioner's Cup game. Sky will fall to 0-3.
And this is a huge opportunity if the Dream can go and get another victory against their next game against the Mystics.
Trying to deliver some comeuppance to the Mystics after they beat them in the season opener and come from behind fashion.
They did. It's revenge time because they have a couple next week against the Mystics. So it's two opportunities that they'll have.
That was a competitive first half by the Sky, but it unraveled on them in the second half. A 1-point halftime lead will instead turn into an 18-point defeat. The scoop by Van Lith to make it 88-70, but the Dream take care of almost a carbon copy of their win on Tuesday over the Fever, and they were led by that one. Ryan Howard, 36 points.